Seguimos con The Fitness Revolution con Julian Diasa por Latinísima. Aquí hablamos todos.
Welcome to the Fitness Revolution podcast con su amigo Julian Diasa. Fitness and business are not the same, but they're very similar. And today in this episode, we're going to talk with the founder of a company that have made more than $100 million in sales. Not only we're going to talk about money, but we are going to focus on the future of business with the inclusion of AI. Because let's face it, whether you like it, whether you don't, or whether you're negating that AI is already part of our lives or not, it's coming and there's nothing that you can do. Rather, you want to adapt it, learn as much as you can so you can be somebody that knows how to use AI and don't be replaced because you had no skills. Today, we're going to go deep into business and the future of the business with my friend Eoghan. My man, how you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming back here and talk about business. In the first episode, we were talking about how you guys started on a condo spare bedroom and you make a multi-million-dollar profit business per year. You grew immensely. You have your challenges. You learn from your mistakes from the past. You have trying to be successful for at least 20 years, which is great because most people quit within a year or two. And that's the resilience of a real businessman. In this episode, I want to talk because you have a background in technology. That's right. You know how to code. You're a brilliant human being. And with all this AI that is happening, there's hundreds of applications and programs and things. First of all, for my Latin people, they're a little behind on it. They feel afraid. They feel like that's an obstacle rather than a solution. They use the tools as a Google search. They don't know how to maneuver. They see, for example, ChatGPT. They ask so plain questions that they don't get the results they see others getting. And I think it's a gap between, and this is nothing to do with race, but I see a gap between white American people and Latinos when it comes to technology that is huge. And for business implementation, Eoghan, this is going to be a huge differentiator on whether you can scale massively a business on a future or you will be obsolete. Obsolete is what you say, right? What is your take on the business area, employees, teams, and AI?
It's a big question.
Sorry.
But it's definitely important.
Let's split it in different sub questions.
For sure. I mean, I think with AI, everybody needs to learn how to use it. The good thing is if you start now or you push into it, you still have time. The big companies are doing great things, but most small companies could use it a lot more. But yeah, I guess everybody starts with ChatGPT.
Asking questions. Hey, what is the name of the president in 1959? Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. That's all. Yeah. That's all they do.
But the way I think about ChatGPT is like having the brightest mind in whatever subject sitting beside you. Like us right now. You can ask me any question about business, I'll tell you what I know. ChatGPT is that there. You don't have to pay it. You just sit there and say, right, let's brainstorm this. Let's strategize this. Let's put together some research. What should I do here? What should I do there? What should this... I'm thinking about this business idea. How can I handle it? You can brainstorm and think through a lot of strategy. ChatGPT is my running coach, right? I do all my race plans. Every time I do a run, I screenshot the fitness app. I put it in there. It knows my heart rate. It knows how I respond to heat. It knows all of those things. and I do race plans with it and training plans, and it's my coach. Yeah, I would, everybody else, or not everybody, but a lot of people will pay for a running coach. ChatGPT is mine. So I think that's like the starting layer. But if you want to go beyond that, how do you really build big business and have big impact in your business? It's about thinking, what workflows or processes do I have in my company, and how can I start to put AI in there or use AI to code an app for me that will do that for me? Which that's where it gets maybe a little bit harder for the average person. You don't need the skill, but you have to understand what you want.
Yes, because AI is basically, like you said, having, let's say you want to have a business of bread. I always come with bread because I like bread a lot.
I love bread.
Yeah, me, like, I'm going to find a way to make a bread out of something that I can eat every day with butter, and I don't have that sugar elevation.
Yeah.
So let's say you want to have a bread company. ChatGPT, Claude, and all these companies has invested billions of dollars on having, imagine every bread maker in the history of humanity is on your cell phone. So you can actually know everything that there is about bread, recipes, ratios of materials, everything is in there. Is how do you ask the questions that are gonna make you come with a product that is actually relevant for the marketplace? So it's not the tool, it's who uses the tools. And when it comes to business and creating teams, a question that I have for you, because you run a big business, it's expected or projected that in 2030 and above, a big percentage of human labor is going to disappear. First, how you see that coming? Second, do you believe that? And third, if that's so, how you are going to replace humans and integrate AI?
That's a great question. I saw a video the other day from a guy, I'm not sure his name, but he gave 3 examples of companies, right? Take a large company, maybe they have 1,000 employees at the moment. Maybe they're $1 billion or something. And they do things the old way. They've been around 80 years, and they use AI and fire 500 or half of their workforce, right? That's one way you're seeing people do that now. Large companies letting go. The next one, it doesn't do anything about AI, so they're still the same. So now the large company that adopted AI and they got rid of their workforce, they're more profitable for same revenue, so they're more successful than their counterpart that didn't use AI. But if you look at the smaller companies or the startups that are AI first, they're not thinking about how can I get rid of people. They're thinking about how can I give each person 10 times the impact in my company, right? Instead of me having to get a manager and hire them 10 people that they need on their team, now you could get that manager and have AI be the 10 people or 7 of those people on the team.
Exactly.
Right, which is it's more about rethinking how that you use AI, or how do you structure your company instead of trying to have companies the old way and just remove people. It's how do I 10x the impact per person?
Great answer. I think also that what is going to happen is like you're not going to be replaced by AI. You will be replaced by somebody that knows how to use AI.
Yes, that's right. Exactly.
Because with that example in mind, I'm not a coder, an expert in AI, and the things that I have been able to accomplish in my business are like mind blowing, dude. Like for what I needed, maybe a team of 12, 10 people, I can do it with 1.
Yes.
And I have been able to teach them how to do. It's like an octopus, how to do this, and 10 more things with one person that understand how to maneuver and use tools.
Yeah.
So what we're saying here is don't be afraid of technology. Embrace technology rather, for you to be able to be that person that can manage a team of 20 AI experts in different fields, and you will potentially, and I believe this too, people will be able to make much more money at their positions leveraging AI than they're making now. Because most people are not going to have the tools and the vision to manage all these in the near future, because people are still thinking the old model.
Yeah.
What you think is going to happen in terms of scalability with big companies, not startups, like big companies that they will be forced to reduce their labor with AI. What's going to happen with those people? Like, my concern is that they talk about universal income. And if you don't know what that is, basically the big tech companies will be able to generate so much wealth that they will be able to pay you, if you're unemployed, an X amount of money for you to leave. But knowing business, I really doubt that that's going to happen. Because why would I make $1 billion a month, and why would I have to be forced to give people that are not doing anything money? And my question and my concern is, people are being replaced by the day. What are those people going to do? How are they going to survive? How are they going to pay their bills?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a transitionary period going through all of this. The people, I don't think we're going to have universal income, because the politics of
that make no sense.
People don't want to do that. But there's a couple of things I think will happen. One is goods will get so cheap if it takes so fewer costs to make them, and it's all automated. Competition will drive those costs down, so things should be cheaper eventually. But also, a lot of AI gets implemented for certain job roles. But for example, it's going to be a long time before you can AI replace a plumber. Or an electrician,
or a mechanic.
So trades will actually have a lot more value and be a lot more protected. It's actually a lot of white collar work that actually will be eliminated first, unless they adapt and learn how to leverage AI themselves.
I love your answer, and that gave me another question, because, by the way, we don't have scripts. This is organic. He answers. I think we have a conversation. I don't like this type of podcast that is everything written down, and this is a question number 3. No, this is flowing. We're talking about AI, job replacements, and this is a very deep dive that we're going to go into. I always thought, because I have a very, very mediocre education, I went to school and it was a joke. I used to make more time to play sports in school and skipping class than what I actually went to school for. And I actually had nightmares still today that I'm with a beer, I'm at my age, in a class, in a high school classroom, and I see young people around me, and I say, what am I doing here? And somebody told me, you didn't finish high school. Because it was nothing. I passed high school and I went to college when I started studying for real, because I knew it meant something. But in high school, I didn't do anything.
You probably don't know that I didn't go to college.
Huh? Oh, you didn't go?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I went to college because I thought it was the thing to do. It was expected of me, and I had a lot of debt because of it. I already paid it, but I did 2 careers, marketing and hospitality management. And then when I figured out that none of that shit worked for me, I was sad.
Yeah.
So in education, there's a big gap. And now with all this technology owing, my understanding is that colleges are out of it, obsolete. For the only thing I see colleges being good for is for the social component, developmental area that kids have to experience. But for anything else, by the time these kids that are entering college now finish, what they learn is gonna be useless.
That's so true. Yeah.
What you think is going to happen with universities, colleges that are still using the traditional educations as engineering, as accounting, as lawyers, as anything?
Yeah, I think It's going to take a long time as well for that to go away, but it will have to evolve. I think.
And it has to evolve rapidly too.
Yeah. People will always want to go to a Harvard because of the prestige of, an Ivy League college. And also people, big executives of big companies want to use that as a selection criteria. Hey, if you made it through there, you're my people type thing. That will always, I think, be there. But being able to get a college level education, I think, is going to become extremely cheap and accessible from anywhere.
That's the good news.
Yeah, but what I think what I think needs to happen, at least in the US, is like I told you, I don't have a college degree, which because I went straight into business and building my own companies and things like that, and I didn't end up going. Looking back, I would have done it for the network and the social thing, but I didn't do it at the time. And that doesn't matter. I've made my own way through life. But when I came to the US after living in Europe, no, I don't get recruiters calling me because they just filter has degree, and they click that off, right? So that part I think needs to change because there's a lot of people who will have better education and better skills through courses and education outside of college.
Right.
So the job market, I think, will have to evolve, or the people who have those skills, maybe they need to go through boot camps or things that will introduce them to a network of jobs. I think that needs to change.
I'm going to put an example because that's a very brutal point that you brought, that recruiters eliminate basis or based on certain criteria. Mm-hmm. And that's unfortunate. My brother, which I'm going to put you in contact with him, by the way. Mm-hmm. He works with me. He's part of my team. I'm not going to mention his name because by contract I can't. He did a PhD in biostatistics and public health from Harvard. Brilliant dude. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Mm-hmm. He's working on a company. He's making okay money. But I always felt the capacity that kid has, he should be making a lot much more money. Mm. Because for you to be a PhD, you have to study a lot. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of money, a lot of sacrifice. From Harvard, you have a lot of prestige.
Yeah,
you will be selected to certain prestige startups or companies, mm-hmm. but they don't get paid like I thought they will get paid. Mm. So being an entrepreneur is more profitable than being an employee, even if you have 3 PhDs.
Yeah.
How is it that an astronaut don't make $2-3 million a year?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like those people are just more brilliant than anybody in the planet. Mm-hmm. But still, they don't make the money that you can make yourself having a bread company using ChatGPT. So the model is crooked.
Yeah. Because
you spend, 15, 17, 20 years maybe studying to make $150,000, which is nothing right now for you to live.
Mm-hmm. You can make more as a plumber, like we said.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the skills that you got to develop are not the skills that were good 10, 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. Plumber, mechanics, roofers, manual labor with your hands are going to be hard to be replaced because AI is not yet, robotics are not yet in that category that they can do manual labor. Now, things that is analytical, we're done. Last message for you and the people that are young, because by the way, he's going to be developing a system for young entrepreneurs to learn how to actually start and scale a business from experience. These guys has made more than $100 million in sales, so they know a thing or two. This is not an influencer that is driving a Ferrari making you believe that they make money. This is somebody that actually make money, actually made mistakes, and he will be launching as a course very, very soon. Last message for your audience.
Yeah.
Into what to expect from your course, or I'm saying course to say something, your education that is going to be given to them.
Yeah, look, I mean, for me, it took me 20 years of trying and failing. And anytime I failed, I got a job in that skill that I didn't have. So I could learn how to build teams, build sales teams, run sales, do marketing. It took me 20 years to get this knowledge. And I just have a passion for helping other entrepreneurs get through that stage because I know what it was like. It's been my lifelong dream to get there. And I had to figure out all the answers myself. So I just want to help other people
Nice.
get through
I
that.
love that. That's the reason I did Diasa University. And by the way, he's gonna do an intervention on that college itself because I'm helping young Latino entrepreneurs to get the skills overall to become successful. Thank you for tuning. Thank you for always supporting our channel. Like, subscribe, comment, share, because sharing is loving. You know, our goal is to become healthy, wealthy, and happy. Julian Diasa, Eoghan, thank you for everything. Take care.
You.